Welcome to a 1v1 on Langreskaya. This game is going to be Anarkhand versus RedxWings. Anarkhand playing as Soviets in the north, RedxWings playing as Ostheer in the south. And we're going to see a 3-pio opening from RedxWings. Interesting. I guess he's intending to take full advantage of their vision buff. I guess. And tier 1 going up here in the base. So he's not going to rush straight to tier 2 with Ostrupen or anything like that. Guess he just wants 3 pios just to be able to cap, and he's getting himself an MG42 now, so he's going to be able to take advantage of the machine gun, improved machine gun, I guess. And he should be able to secure himself a lot of vision with his 3 initial squads of pios.
The Maschinengewehr team is awaiting orders.
Maybe he'll be able to sight for it well doing that. See if he's able to make that work. Looks like building control went to RedxWings. Oh, he oorah'd to get there first. I liked that. I couldn't tell if he was gonna make it or not, honestly. Oorah's into the building just to be safe. Takes building control from RedxWings. RedxWings will have to take a wider path around, harass these resources. Left side's fallen completely into RedxWings' hands. Right side's gonna start getting taken now as well. And the MG42 has hit the field. Makes its way to the front line to start suppressing those conscripts right there. They're not quite in cover. And this barbed wire that RedxWings put down makes it so they can't get into cover either. And they're just gonna take a ton of damage. They do manage to capture the point before getting pinned though. Pios are not available nearby to provide vision of them. They'll get unsuppressed. Machine guns dropped. One model needs to move to a safer location. Conscripts moving to take back some control over there on the right side. Right side will fall completely into Soviet hands as a result, and then these pioneers just going to continue working on the left side. They're going to be forced to contend with those combat engineers. There's a Maxim on the field now as well. Since they're already quite wounded, Pios should be able to chase that squad away unless the Maxim makes its way to support, which doesn't look like it's going to be able to.
The Maschinengewehr team is awaiting orders.
Minesweeper upgrades just as they win the engagement. And he's actually going to sweep up a mine already, but he won't be able to do anything about that mine for now with that Maxim machine gun right there. Repositions back around the corner. 3 MG42 opening for RedxWings here. Third one making its way to the front line now. 3 piles and 3 MG42s. If he can fend off flanks, should be pretty strong. The MG42 does a lot more damage now. Might be able to bleed his opponent's manpower. This Pio squad moving up into close range on these conscripts in the building. There's the flamethrower upgrade from RedxWings to give them some actual killing potential instead of just suppression. That squad makes it kind of a late retreat, but they do get out just in time to save the squad, get out of there. Meanwhile, conscripts chase away the Pios over here on the left side. RedxWings is going to have to send something a little meatier to go deal with that. He's going with battle phase 1 now.
Pioneers ready for anything. Our headquarters has been improved. We can now build light mechanized infantry.
Conscripts moving to take control of the left side fuel, right side fuel falling into RedxWings' hands. Still no counter available on the left side. Looks like RedxWings is going to get his tier 2 up, then maybe send a scout car over here. Either that or Panzer Grenadiers? I don't know. No commander selection from Anarkhand yet, who hasn't quite hit 2 command points. But RedxWings does have access to his commander. He's chosen German mechanized, which is Not particularly scary. I'll give him access to this half-track thing. Maybe the command tank, if he sticks in tier 2 for a really long time, gets the command tank out later for a little more anti-infantry, in addition to a lot of its tank guns. We'll see what he chooses to do. This mine has not yet been defused. Another mine going down in the road. RedxWings does have a minesweeper on the field. His machine guns setting up here for this engagement in the center seem to be doing quite well. The squad in the house getting forced out pretty quick under double machine gun fire. Meanwhile, this Maxim takes a lot of damage from MG fire as well, has to reposition. This one moves to protect the flank. Flamethrower does get into range to fire. Ooh, and gets the crit off. Machine gun starts firing and suppresses the flamethrower squad. Looks like he'll be okay. At this range, they're getting a lot of damage dealt. And even in yellow cover, actually, he is forced to retreat. So that was pretty good. Conscripts making their way to support the engagement. RedxWings has lost control of the right side fuel point over here, and because he doesn't hold the left either, he's down to only 19 fuel coming in, which is not a great situation to be in. But he does hold both munitions points, giving him 53 munitions, which is pretty nice. This is not a particularly munitions-hungry commander, though. Just the smoke is the only thing, in fact, that costs munitions. And spotting scopes, I guess, if he chooses to get that on whatever. Might get it on the scout car at some point. Throwing the 222 autocannon on the scout car, which just hit the field. It's a little late to push away whatever was harassing the left side now. It's undefended at this point. And a heavy mortar has been fielded from Anarkhand, who has gone guard motor, which definitely is going to be very potent on this map now that guards have been buffed. It's already really good on this map. Now it's going to be even better, even more versatile. MG42 set up inside the house right here is going to start firing on his conscripts. His tank grenades have been researched already. So the player has tons of munitions to spare on that. Heavy mortar getting a lot of damage done to that MG42 in the building. That's got to retreat. Flamethrower Pyo's moving up, trying to get lucky crits here, but engagement's not really going in RedxWings' favor. He'll be forced to retreat. Heavy mortar moves up to a more aggressive position behind this house. Pioneers are moving up to repair the damaged scout car, while another squad of Pioneers works on the left side fuel. Finally getting that back under RedxWings' control. Heavy mortar pounding away at the MG42.
Half-track has arrived.
Doesn't get a very good shot right there. Simply prompts the machine gun to reposition.
We have liberated the objective.
And there's the half-track Grenadier Assault Group. Costs pretty expensive, isn't it? 500 manpower. $78 fuel. Flamethrower squad will be forced to retreat over there on the left side. 222 is destroyed by a nicely positioned field gun right there. Oh no, I even swept that mine earlier. Swept that mine, but he never got rid of it. I've done that many times though. Revealed a mine and then forgotten about it later and then hit it. I've probably done that at least 10 times that I can think of.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Conscripts set up inside this building. Taking heavy damage from a flamethrower squad right there. LMG Grenadiers moving up to support. They're going to get forced out. They are buying time for a squad of conscripts here in the back to harass RedxWings' fuel again. Of course, Pyos on the right have harassed this fuel. Mine getting revealed right there. I'm not sure if RedxWings notices it though. These minesweeper piles are never going to be able to kill that mortar. This is pointless to even chase around. PTRS guards and DP machine gun guards set up here in green cover are extremely threatening to infantry. PTRS snipes one of these minesweeper models already, but they will get suppressed by the MG42 right here, which is in turn getting suppressed by a Maxim there on the left. Minesweeper Pyos will be forced to retreat right there. And a flamethrower on the right flank is going to force a retreat from that machine gun. Maxim falling quite low to another supporting MG42 will prompt the retreat. Heavy mortar landing in the area, doesn't hit anything yet. Half-track's been repaired. No! Has been repaired and immediately goes and drives over top of another mine. RedxWings! RedxWings, what is your minesweeper doing? Swept up so many mines, but he doesn't keep it near his vehicle. And he's hit mines twice now with the same half-track. Doesn't survive the second time around. Heavy mortar lands nicely on that machine gun. Oh, and the grenade finishes it off. Nicely placed grenade in combination with the mortar right there. And that was probably a precision strike? No, it was not. It looked like one. It just happened to land really nicely, I guess. Minesweeper Pyro is probably not going to win against those DP and PTRS guards. Pyros move up with the flamethrower. They'll be able to win this engagement finally, forcing retreat from that guard squad. Heavy mortar gets a little damage, light damage on the squad, but nothing too bad. A little off target. MG42 sitting up right there. Heavy mortar continues to bombard the area though. Heavy mortar is definitely proving to have been a good choice against this strategy. Everything's just forced to constantly reposition. Grenadiers on the left side getting attacked by Maxim. Maxim's not in cover, but the rifle grenade doesn't do that much damage. They weren't that clumsy. And the Grenadiers will be forced to retreat. MG42 is trying to move up into the capture circle under the cover of another MG42. But it will immediately retreat, actually. Flamethrower Pyos had to retreat from the left side as well from a fresh squad of guards with Maxim support. MG42 and Minesweeper Pyos making their way to the right side, take control of this strategic point. More mines going down in the road. He's certainly experienced a lot of success with his mines so far. RedxWings hasn't swept up a single one. He's revealed a few, but he hasn't gotten rid of any. Hasn't quite had an opening with which to do so, where his opponent was pushed completely off the map. Grenadiers, the LMG, making their way to the left side to engage some of this infantry.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Heavy mortar does a little damage to that machine gun. It's going to move to a slightly safer location.
The sector has been cut off. Specially outfitted Panzer IV command tanks are now available. New items can
Flamethrower and MG42 bring that squad very low. No model losses yet. He needs to retreat. Oh, he's sticking around to try and capture the point. I think. Now I don't know why he hasn't retreated yet. He's going to lose that full squad. I think. I feel like he got a little lucky right there. That guard squad. Minesweeper Pyros will be able to recover a DP machine gun. That's going to help their damage output quite a bit. There's another DP machine gun right here in the road as well. Ostwind has been fielded, makes its way up the left side, scares away another guard squad, and wipes it, in fact. Wow, the squad of guards got wiped on the left, and this one gets away with only one man. So 2 engagements simultaneously go extremely poorly for Anarkhand. Ostwind makes its way towards the center. There's a mine right there. There is minesweeper support available this time. Hopefully he'll keep it generally nearby to his Ostwind. He makes an aggressive push towards the center of the map again.
Now we can see them before new anti-tank gun
He's
has
also
arrived.
upgraded the Ostwind with spotting scopes, which, look at the vision,
Ostwind standing by.
pretty far. Oh wait, no, there's a machine gun right there. I don't know if we can see its vision actually right now. I was about to be like, wow, that's amazing. I guess I think it has to be holding still to get the spotting scopes bonus, so there we go. Oh, it moved again. But yeah, it can see to like that tractor roughly from where it was while holding still. There it is. That's the spotting scopes bonus right there. So pretty big vision increase. But you do have to be holding still. It's pretty neat though. How much is that upgrade? That's 30. 30 munitions, pretty big vision boost. Used to be pretty cool. Minesweeper Pyos. Find a mine right there. There's still a mine right there. Hasn't defused either of them because it's inside the arc of fire of a Maxim. Maxim's going to reposition a little bit though when he sees that flank coming. Minesweeper Pyos might get this mine swept up. There they go. Ostwind being engaged on the right side. On a field gun fire, it does need to reposition a little bit, hiding behind this tree, I think. Heavy mortar is bombarding. No big hits yet. Flamethrower doing quite well against those guards though. No lucky PTRS. Oh no! No lucky PTRS hits, but the flamethrower pops. DP machine gun fire. I thought RedxWings had that engagement, and then boom. Minesweeper Pyos do defuse one mine there, and there's still another one sitting right here in the middle of the road. Ostwind's pretty safe as long as it doesn't back over that mine. I'm not sure if RedxWings remembers that that mine is there or not. He's revealed a lot of them. Ostwind does decrew that stolen MG42. He still has his starting 2. He's only lost that third one right there. Might be able to somehow recover that. Ostwind making its way to do counter harassment on the left side, trying to chase away one squad of conscripts. He does have grenadiers available for the retreat path. If the Ostwind can chase them hard enough, get some lucky flak bursts before the retreat, he may be able to wipe the squad here. Kind of a late retreat. They're clumping. He's not really chasing though. Kind of late to chase. Looks like they're gonna get away. Field gun moving up to screen. Monster Skull moving fine. And there's the double T-3485 call in, well before RedxWings is really that prepared. He does actually have one AT gun, and he's planted a zillion teller mines, so he's prepared, but of course the Ostwind won't have that much to contribute. Fortunately, his opponent has only one combat engineer squad and there's no minesweeper on there. Don't think he's spotted any of the teller mines being placed. We have some pretty good locations. There's one right there. There's one here. One right there. So he's got them. He's got 3 teller mines down that I know of. He really likes teller mines. Might have a 4th one somewhere that I missed. I think he's probably just got those 3. Might go to plant a 4th one now that he knows that those T-34s are on the field. And he's also grabbing himself a Panzer IV in addition to his anti-tank gun. So once the Panzer IV comes out in addition to his anti-tank gun and his teller mines, he'll have a pretty decent arsenal with which to deal with those T-34s. Although he does lose a machine gun over there on the right side. Those guard rifles. Nice minesweeper play right there. Gets rid of that Soviet mine in the center. T-34 is moving up to fire on the flamethrower over here on the right side. Will prompt a retreat. MG42 is firing on conscripts over here. They're close enough to get both squads suppressed. 2 T-34s look like they want to make an aggressive maneuver towards the machine gun. We should definitely reposition away from that teller mine. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. There goes that teller mine. Very dangerous to set anything up near your own mines for that exact reason. You lose your investment just to a lucky shot from your opponent's tanks. T-34s want to make a play through the central hedge right here. Gonna flank right behind that Ostwind. This could be a huge, huge engagement. Ostwind is in a lot of danger. And his tank gun rotates to fire on those T-34s. Ostwind doesn't have anywhere safe to go at all. He needs a lucky crit, I think. He doesn't get one. He gets out of control. Nice play by those T-34s. Jumps through the hedge behind the AT gun while it's repositioning. Unfortunately, no Teller mine right there. He went without Teller minesweeper support. He got kind of lucky, actually, that RedxWings had not placed a mine on that particular entryway. T-34 is now going in hard against the Panzer IV, trying to capitalize on this window of opportunity where RedxWings is a little weak in the anti-tank department. MG42 is going to suppress down these guard rifles, forced to retreat. Pack has been recruited by pioneers, and apparently Anarkhand does not quite feel comfortable with this engagement. He's going to pull back. And the Panzer IV is still at about half. And I think he just doesn't want to engage because he doesn't know where other mines might be. He doesn't have a minesweeper, doesn't want to be driving around like crazy deep behind enemy lines. Eventually, RedxWings was going to bait him over that Teller mine right there, possibly this one as well, so... Pulls back for repairs. He's got a pretty decent amount of munitions left. He can throw self-repair up on this slightly more damaged tank. His one combat engineering squad going to work on the other. And MG42 has moved up into the central victory point to try and get this captured with armor-piercing incendiary rounds activated. Seems to be doing okay in this engagement, I think. Yeah. The gunners quite quickly. Might even be able to win that without getting suppressed. Another MG42 right here is doing a lot of damage to that field gun. Gonna force that to pull back to safety. T-34s have been repaired a little bit, just light repairs really, and they're gonna move in again and try and find an opportunity against that Panzer IV. But if they take this approach through the north, then they're very likely going to hit at least one Teller mine. Plus an anti-tank gun screening their advance, gets a shot off, brings them down a little low again. They're gonna pull back for more repairs. Maxim set up over here firing on a flamethrower. That's going to retreat as soon as that heavy mortar fires at the building. Building quite close to being destroyed now.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Do have spotting scopes on the Panzer IV, so he's going to be able to utilize that to provide a little bit of vision. So what his opponent is doing. You can see quite far. Not sure if the Grenadiers are providing this vision or the Panzer IV is, which just goes to show how far that spotting scope vision range really is. You can even see that field gun. Gives him a lot of useful knowledge about his opponent's movements. Heavy mortar pounding away. Pioneers don't take any big hits yet. Conscripts taking control of the fuel over there on the left. Guard rifles taking position inside this building. Panzer IV should be dead. And the PTRS buff didn't really help its performance against tanks. It's just an accuracy improvement, so against tanks it really makes not much of any difference. Making medium and heavy tanks pretty much the best counter to the PTRS now. Light vehicles and infantry struggle against it a lot more. So Ostheer doesn't have nearly as much of a problem with PTRS as Oberkommando West seems to. Who rely on the Kugelwagen, team weapons, their own infantry to combat infantry early on. And of course the flak half-track. Flak half-track seems to get countered pretty hard by PTRSs though, so kind of limited options. Field gun is well positioned for that Panzer IV peeking its head out. It's got to pull back to a more safe location. Get some repairs done. We've got an LEFH howitzer being built in RedxWings base. I think the most kills I've ever seen one of these get is 2 or 3. So if RedxWings gets up to 4 kills with this, it will be the best LEFH howitzer I've ever seen. It's harder than it sounds. Harder than it sounds. Bears going up on the Panzer IV now. LFH starts firing at an MG42 here, and kills nothing. A little damage inflicted on the squad. Almost netted a kill. Guards walking straight into the barrage might take... No.
Redouble your efforts. We are down to 200 points. The enemy is taking our territory.
Not that bad. I think you're gonna struggle to convince me of that, Insane Ivan. I have never even seen it get higher than 3 kills. Does that not say something? MG42 firing on these conscripts, pins them down. We'll set up a double cap against Anarkhand briefly. I mean RedxWings briefly. Giving Anarkhand quite a big victory point lead at this point. He's held the victory points for pretty much the entire game. If you can get a triple cap going, the clock's going to start ticking against RedxWings a lot more urgently. You just tossed a grenade at Tellermine that RedxWings hadn't even completed yet. That was totally pointless. DP machine gun upgraded Pyos now are going to have 2 DP machine guns. It's going to be a long-range elite infantry squad now, if he can not lose it. There they go. They should be fine. Never seen a Vet 3 Pyo squad with 2 DP machine guns before. It's going to be a little weird. MG42 makes its way to the left side to get these territories back under control. Pyos moving to take some territory as well. And the LEFH is bombarding in this general area once again, with spotting scope support, of course, from the Panzer IV to provide vision of priority targets. Looks like it hit nothing again. No! Got 2 kills on a combat engineer squad. Good job, LEFH. It's already well on its way to being the best LEFH I've ever seen fielded. Those T-34-85s get fully repaired and make a charge into RedxWings base and destroy that thing. Gonna be a lot of manpower down the drain to currently protect against that. He's got 2 Panzer IVs here. He's got an AT gun, which is Vet 2. Neither player feels particularly comfortable making a big attack though, with all these mines littered around the battlefield. Both of them have a medium tank and an anti-tank gun. Soviet player has the better medium tank, Ulster player has the better anti-tank gun. So mine gets swept up right there. Nice minesweeper play. T-34-85 is gonna make a big push. Tellermine right there though. If they take the route around the north of the house, may not go too well for them. Panzer IV is attacking ground through the hedge, I think. Get a couple shots off. He's just going to pull back. He's being very conservative, very careful. Does not want to lose those tanks. He's too pop-cap to bring in a second set, but he certainly has like a million resources with which to do so. RedxWings, on the other hand, has barely any resources at his disposal at all. LEFH, I don't even know what it's shooting at here. I think it was centered right there. Conscript squad working on the fuel here on the left, fuel on the right getting taken by RedxWings. Anarkhand takes any losses on any of his infantry squads, there's going to be a zillion T-34s on the battlefield. RedxWings trying to work the center VP, Panzer IV is working on the left, hit a mine, or no, anti-tank grenade from the conscripts, destroys the engine. Anti-tank gun will probably need to move to protect, currently tied up here in the center. So those 2 T-34s move to capitalize on this. We might see that Panzer IV go down. AT gun really needs to move to protect right now. Oh, the T-34s are actually going to make a frontal assault, hitting a Tellermine right there, destroying its engine. Second one should be fine though. One Panzer IV is available for this engagement. He can probably attack ground through the hedge and just destroy that. I don't think there's any way for him to save that T-34, but...
Has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Anti-tank gun does get cleared. Another teller mine right there is hit by this T-34. That one looks like it will probably be able to get to safety. Panzer IV is about to destroy this through the hedge. There it goes. May be able to bombard this while it's receiving repairs with the LEFH. If he gets a miracle shot, might be able to wipe a combat engineer squad or something. He's going to need to use the spotting scopes on the Panzer IV to give him vision of where it's receiving repairs. Pulled back pretty far though. Can't quite see it, and if he advances too close, it's going to expose himself to that field gun. LEFH is firing on the field gun rather than on the tank. It's quite wounded, and there it goes. Actually, decrews team weapon, like artillery is supposed to. Good job, artillery, and it is now officially the best LEFH I've ever seen, with 4 kills. Recruise that field gun under LEFH fire. Unfortunately, the barrage misses right there. Should be able to get that back to safety. The AT gun is almost destroyed, taking a Panzer IV hit, but it looks like it's going to be able to pull back to safety. T-34-85 going in hard. Oh, he's going to pull back. He doesn't like it. He's too scared of mines, and for good reason, but in this particular instance there are no mines to protect. There, however, was a second AT gun, so he's probably going to lose that engagement regardless. So the player really struggling to get aggressive here. If I were him, I think I would stop trying to get across this road because victory points, there's only 100 victory points remaining. He has a ton of resources in the bank, doesn't want to get bled too hard on his advance. Either he needs to give up on the aggression and just play the economic game, or execute his attacks a little more boldly, tighten it up a little bit, better micro, better flanks. Try and time those engagements better. Because right now he just kind of darts in, inflicts a little bit of light damage, and then has to pull back for a lot of repairs. Ooh, that was a good one! He gets a flamethrower burst. Wow, and now it's up to 11 kills, and we're almost looking at ML20 tier performance this game. It's very nice. And you know, I think the spotting scopes go a long way. They go a really long way. Having constant vision of where your opponent is with those spotting scopes makes all the difference in the world with the artillery. So it's really cool to see those used in conjunction and actually see some benefit out of this investment for the first time probably ever. I've never even seen one fit one, I don't think. Now it has counter barrage. I guess that's kind of cool. I wonder if that counts, if that works against a heavy mortar. I hope he uses it.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
I really hope he uses it and it does something to that heavy mortar. That would be really cool. I don't really think that's going to happen, but fingers crossed. Panzer IV firing on this Maxim over here on the right side. And that's going to be forced to retreat. MG42 set up right here, and a command tank has hit the field. 2 Panzer IVs into a command tank to give them a little more anti-guards infantry firepower. Definitely understand that investment, plus the defensive bonus for his team weapons. Guards take a lot of damage. Need to pull back. Field guns moving up to try and assist. T-34 moves up on the Panzer IV. There is a teller mine right there on his flank. I think he's going to scare the T-34 away with the anti-tank gun, though. Couldn't quite convince that T-34 to chase. Meanwhile, that T-34 is going to try and chase off the command tank. Does convince it to back off, plus field gun support right here. LEFH bombarding the field gun gets 1 kill. It's going to reposition out of the barrage to safety. Guard rifles moving up to take control of the VP now. Pio is moving up to try to take control of the VP. They're going to retreat immediately, even though those guards are extremely low health. MG42 is taking a lot of damage from T-34 fire, PTRS fire, and of course the stolen MG42 at close range. And another set of T-34s has been fielded as well. Makes its way to the front lines. Nice positioning on the AT gun and Panzer IVs to support, though this T-34 in the front takes a lot of damage. It's gonna go down. Oh, the AT gun's shooting at the T-34 in the back, though. instead of that one in the front, and there it goes, it gets cleared. Might try and trade. A lot of those tanks are really low health. Panzer IVs are moving up to try and take shots, but the damage distribution is spread across all three of these Soviet tanks really nicely. As a result, only one goes down, the other two look like they're going to get clear, one of which getting away with just a main gun destroyed crit, kind of lucky actually. See, guard rifles here on the flank button down the command tank, but without any tanks available to go in, follow up, they're just going to be forced to retreat, almost losing the full squad in fact as a result. And he's exhausted almost all of his resource reserves here. RedxWings is engaging amazingly cost effectively. Look at the health of his tanks, not even close to losing his tanks. The T-34s meanwhile getting annihilated. So much damage, another one destroyed, a third set has now been fielded. And RedxWings takes only minor losses in each of these engagements, usually losing a field gun, maybe a team weapon here or there. Hasn't lost a single tank though, I don't think. Can see a really aggressive push now by these two T-34s. Another MG team goes down. I think that command tank is done for. Oh, destroyed engine. He gets really lucky right there, and that T-34 will go down to Panzer IV fire. Bit of a lucky break for RedxWings, but even if that tank had been destroyed, he would still be left with two Panzer IVs against three highly damaged T-34s. Not very much repair power available to the Soviets right now. Nice push with the Minesweeper, by the way. Minesweeper reveals that mine to clear the way for the Panzer IVs as they make their aggressive charge. Charging with Minesweeper support. Always important, and it makes all the difference in preserving these tanks. We're gonna see another T-34 go down. Trying to button down the Panzer IV, but it doesn't really help all that much. One more T-34 available for RedxWings to clean up on the right side here. And bounce, just does not bounce. There it goes. T-34 is destroyed. LEFH pounding away. Up to 15 kills now. Pretty good. Firing on this team weapon, prompts a retreat. Doesn't get any kills on that barrage, but does a little damage to those minesweepers. But it doesn't really matter. GG, well played. All T-34s have been wiped out. These two tanks were preserved for the entire game. And the Soviet player will surrender. I really liked RedxWings' use of minesweepers this game, although he flubbed a little bit in the mid-game with his half-track. He certainly did good work with that minesweeper throughout the course of the game, defused a lot of mines. I don't think I saw him hit any mines after hitting that initial mine, or those initial two mines. So he had very good mine management there. Good mine placement of his own. Made two of them count against a big push by the Soviet player against those T-34s. Great use of his Panzer IVs, great positioning of the Panzer IVs. I liked his positioning of his 8's tank gun. His artillery, I thought, actually performed pretty okay. In particular, that one barrage that popped that flamethrower and wiped the squad there on the repairing tanks was quite good. And I liked his usage of the artillery in conjunction with spotting scopes, so that he would always have vision of priority targets. And it was also a pretty interesting opening to see. He actually made it work. 3 Pios into three machine guns out of a late tier 1 structure. And I think over the course of the game he purchased 1 Grenadier squad, got wiped at some point, but very light on the Grenadier play here from RedxWings, so pretty fun strategy. GG. Allies win, or Axis wins.